of Thundercats Radio.
That's right. We are back to wrap up the spring 24 season. It's been a while since we've had an episode.
Yes.
2
months.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
2 months?
2 months.
Wow. Okay. So a little bit behind on everything. We'll try to get this out on Spotify as well. But going to give it to you first here on the YouTube video. So, guys, we're not going to break down every single game like we normally do.
We're going to add a few things in here, but they're not going to be big. But...
Yeah. We've got to go through the regular season, which we've only covered 5 games of the regular season, so we'll finish that up. We also had 2 tournaments in June that we'll go through as well. So, without further ado, let's rip through this.
All right.
Okay?
Intro!
All right, so where we left off with you guys was right around Mother's Day. We had that Mother's Day tournament. That was our last episode.
Bombs for Moms.
Bombs for Moms, you got it. We then had some games against BC Bashers, which was the not-so-good BC team. They had 1 hit, and they won 9-8 against us. So I think we had 9 hits ourselves that game, so we hit the ball well. We kind of flipped the lineup. We had some guys pitching that normally don't pitch. Got to see some good stuff from some guys. We had quite a bit of walks in that game, and that's where the 9-8 came from. After that game, we kind of had a talk with everybody before the next one about giving a crap. That's really what we were talking to them about, and we came out and we beat this Mac and Sights team, Mac and Sights Neyland, 18-3. So that was a huge, huge win.
I was looking on the Mac and Sights Sullivan.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then what did we do on that game? That was the next game.
Next game, we faced Mac and Sights Sullivan. We won 14-7, and a 7-run difference. Let's see, what was the box score here? We had 13 hits to their 6.
Nice. You had 2 in that one.
They also had 4 errors, so good for them.
Yeah, so we were hitting the ball. So we were hitting the ball hard. That's good. So we had 13 hits and then added 4 errors to that. So that's great. That's great. Hitting the ball hard.
And we only had 2 ourselves.
Okay. And then what was that? 14-7. Then we played the Cougars.
They lost some players this year, and some of them were good, some of them were bad. I think that's probably the reason why.
Well, remember that was the game. It was like 2-1, like the whole game.
Yeah, it was 2-1.
Richie, the coach's son, was pitching that game.
He was dominant.
He was. He did great. He pitched 4 innings, kept us down. I think it was 2-1. And Andrew pitched, and then Lucas came in to pitch, and it was great. We ended up winning 9-1, but it was all in that 5th inning. So we run ruled them in that last inning. So.
Well, I think he is like one of their best players.
Who, Richie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did great. We then are getting into June now. June 5th, we had a tournament that weekend. So we played a very good BC Norris team that we barely lost to earlier in the year. Once again, we threw some kids that don't normally pitch a whole lot. We had some walks. 4-15 was the final score. So that was a tough one. That one stung a bit right before that tournament, but hey, it gave us some good reps.
Yes.
It got us ready for that tournament.
Next, we played the Wildcats. Yep. We had 9 and they had 10. So the Wildcats beat us by 1 run. We each had 7 hits, but the errors, we had 2 and they had 1.
Yeah. And that was the first time they've ever beat us.
Yes.
I told the boys before the game, every time we play this team, this is their World Series to them. And it really was. When they won, I mean, the fans were going ecstatic.
And it was like they were actually like purchasing $1,000 tickets to the World Series because they were way expensive.
They were excited. I mean, they were. And we had that game all the way up to the top of the last inning. And we got down, I think it was 4 runs they scored. And so it was 10-5. And we kind of let them come back and just couldn't get a run that last inning. So they got it. Good for them. That was their highlight of the season. So.
And then next we played the BC Bashers again.
Yep.
This time.
This was the last game of the season.
Yeah, last game of the season.
Yeah.
This time we beat them 7-8. We had 9 hits. They had 4. We had 3 errors to their 1.
Do you remember how the game ended?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll put a clip. We'll put a clip after this. But Mason hits a bomb. Well, not really a bomb, just like a bloop single.
No, it was hard.
I know,
it rolled off. It can't be a bloop. Bloop means it's just dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. He hit it hard down the left field line.
And the left fielder, right field?
Yeah, left field.
Yep, left fielder thought like it was foul, but it was fair, and Mason ended up running all the bases and scoring inside the park home run.
Yep.
That's how it ended, and we'll put a clip after here right now.
Putting some pressure on me to put that highlight clip in there. So. We'll try to start doing that from now on if we can. We'll try to throw some highlight clips from games and everything back into there. But, it was a great ending to the season. It was 2 outs. I was talking to Coach Ryan, who was at first base coach at the time because Coach Chris had to leave for work. I just said, this is a great way to end the season for both teams, 7-7 tie. And I know Moore said that, and Mason just drills that ball down the left field line. So, very cool ending for us on that. We ended the season in league play 8-5.
Yep.
So we did really well. I know we probably would have done a little bit better, but I'm sorry. That's exactly that's better than what I thought because we were moving up. So my goal was 500. Mm-hmm. If we could play 500 baseball, that would be great. We exceeded those expectations from the beginning of the year. So very excited about that. Where are we at here?
We are on the tournaments now.
Tournaments now. Okay, so.
This is where it gets good.
Yeah. So we talked about the Bombs for Moms. We've talked about the travel tournament that we had. So we end up playing in a tournament out in Lee Summit. I can't remember the name of it.
I actually can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. But
it was a tournament.
Yes.
Let's just say it like that. It's a tournament.
Tournament we played out in Longview. First time we played out there. It had turf infields, had grass outfields. I thought they were pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. It was right by his college.
That's right. Yep. Oh, right by Longview Community College, which it almost looked like that the fields we were on looked better than the college fields. So, anyways, we start off with playing Futures 2031. That's their 11U team, and I have seen them in different tournaments before. I thought this would be a good win for us. We came out very flat, and when we come out flat,
we lost 3-17.
Yeah.
That was not good. But then we faced the Andrew County Kings, 11U, and we beat them 13-5.
Right.
So kind of a flip-flop game right there.
Exactly. We brought it. We brought what we were supposed to bring that game. Totally different. It was good to see. So got us some momentum going into Sunday. There was a 1 hour. So hour and 45-minute games. That's what these are. Mm-hmm. Somehow we have a 1 hour rain delay. That's it.
Yeah, 1 hour.
1 hour, but all games are shortened by 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So now we have an hour and 15 to play these games. So we play NBC Macaws. They were not a very good team.
No, and we beat them 8-3.
8-3.
So then we moved on to the Dark Devils.
Right, and I mean, that was the team I wanted to play. I thought that was going to be a very good contest for us. We really didn't start hitting the ball until late, and so we ended up losing this game 8-2. We got out hit 9-5, but yeah, it's just one of those things. We just weren't there that last game. We scored our 2 runs in the last inning. The first 3 innings, they got us. They got us. So
8-2.
Right, 8-2 final score. We ended up getting trophies.
Yep.
Which was cool.
But
what?
probably not deserved, really.
Well, yeah. It was interesting because we've never had that. We've never gone to a bottom bracket and then gotten a trophy. So it was kind of strange, especially for me. It's like, okay, we're handing these out, even though... And the boys were down. All you guys were down because we lost that game. But, good learning lesson for myself is, we still played, 2-2 in that weekend. We get trophies. We need to be excited about it. We need to, be excited for our accomplishments when we do it. So that was, like I said, good learning for me as well. Then on to state.
Yep.
Then on to state. State was a blast of a tournament.
This was.
And this was the longest one we've done.
Yeah, it was. How many teams were in this tournament? Like 86?
There was quite a few.
Yeah,
There's quite a few teams in this tournament.
Back at 3-2. So.
Back at 3-2.
Not out of town. Like Longview.
And so we had 2 games Friday morning.
Yep, 2 games Friday morning.
So we get out there. I throw some BP to you guys in the tunnels.
Yep.
Get you guys warmed up. We start off with the Central Kansas Crushers.
Which we have never really heard of them.
No.
Where are they from?
Probably somewhere in Central Kansas.
Yeah.
We ended up winning this game 11-9. 10 hits for us, 9 hits for them. Great game all over. Andrew pitched well. Asen pitched, he pitched well. Will pitched, he pitched well. So a very good group effort for the pitching staff that got us that win.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the next one, bud?
Next we played the Silverbacks.
Oh, you know what? We know somebody on the Silverbacks now. This one kid named Blaine who left the Silverbacks is now on the Thundercats. So.
Yes, so we have 2 new players, Jace and Blaine.
Okay, and we'll talk about them more.
Yeah, we'll talk about them.
But yeah, go ahead with the box score on this one.
All right, box score. They had 6 hits and we only had 3.
Right.
We had 6 errors.
6 errors.
There 1, and somehow, some way, we won 10-9.
Right. And Cole pitched a beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas came in, pitched well. And Will came in again and pitched well. So, great group effort again. The winning run on this game was bases loaded, full count.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And Lucas gets hit by a pitch to walk in the winning run.
And we still have not given him his...
I did. He got it.
Yeah,
he got it.
He just got it.
He got it. So that's something new. So we had Mason that hit a home run, and we had Lucas that got hit by a pitch. So the 2 new ones I'm going out with for you boys is if you get a home run, doesn't matter if it's inside the park or over the fence, you guys get a candy bar. If you guys get hit by a pitch with 2 strikes, because that's a free base, right? If you have 2 strikes, your percentages go down with 2 strikes. So if you get hit by a pitch with 2 strikes, candy bar. Sound cool?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that left us 2-0 on Friday. So the Saturday game we were looking at, we were honestly hoping for the 3 seed.
Yes.
And we got the 3 seed. It was the better of the 2.
And the 2 seed will just play like 3 straight games on Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday they had to play at 8 a.m. And then the 1 seed had to play at 6, but then had to play it at 8 a.m. the next day. So we were great. We got a 8 o'clock game with a noon game Sunday if we won. So the Titans is who we played. And we actually found out this is a cool little tidbit for y'all. We might actually scrimmage this team in September.
Yeah.
The head coach is Brian Hill, who we did a scrimmage game with our very first kid pitch. We first started kid pitch. We did a scrimmage game. He is friends with the Taylors. And so I did not know they changed their name to the Titans. So we played them. Coach Chris had a conversation with their head coach several weeks afterwards. He said that what we are is what he is hoping for his team to be at some point. That was very cool to hear because they had seen us start and now they see where we're at. And he just said he was blown away by how well we played. And so very, very, very cool to hear. Yeah. We had 10 hits on that. We beat them 14-2. We stomped on them. Dang, Cohen had 4 RBIs. You had 3 ribbies in that game. Andrew, 3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits. Asen came in, pitched a shutout inning. So Very, very awesome. All right, so then that led us to the noon game. So what do we have in the noon game?
Noon game, we had the Goats.
No, we did not. Let's try that again.
My bad. We had Banded Baseball.
There we go. And that was a 4-2 score. Now, this is interesting for us. Normally, if we get 11 hits, we're getting like 7-8 runs. We had 11 hits in this game and only 4 runs.
Yeah.
Both teams had 0 errors. It was a very, very clean game. Very clean game. Cole pitched lights out. 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 run. Lucas came in, 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 run. So, man, great. You had 2 ribbies in that game. Heck of a day. Okay. So, great, right?
Yeah.
We're feeling good, right? We're 4-0. It's time for the championship. We get to the championship, and I'm not going to lie. Our pitchers were tired.
Yes.
Cole was done. Andrew was done. Lucas was pretty much done. Asen had just caught that game, so it would have been tough for him to come in to pitch. Will had pitched twice on Friday, but he took Saturday off, so we gave Will the opportunity to start in that one. And you know what? That's a very good hitting team.
Yes.
They were a very good hitting team. First time that I have ever done this, but we went through 4 pitchers in the first inning. They scored 12 runs. Will, Asen, Lucas, and Luke pitched in those. Mason ended up pitching just a batter in the third inning. 18-6 was the final score. The one thing I will say is we didn't give up. There was never a time that I looked on the bench where you guys thought you guys were out of this game. Even when it was 12-1. It was 12-1 after the first inning. You guys were still in it. We scored 3. I know if we could have somehow gotten out of a quick second inning, you guys would have been, still, just amped up and excited. That was the fastest pitcher we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. He was like 60s.
Yeah, low 60s. Yep. He was low to mid 60s is where he was at. He did have 8 walks, 5 strikeouts.
And why don't you tell them about Will? Remember?
Oh, my gosh. Yes. All right. So, out of the 11 kids that we have, if somebody was going to get hit by a pitch from this guy and not make a sound, a noise, or anything, it's probably going to be Will. Will takes a shot right off the leg, and he just tosses his bat and just trots down to first base like nothing happened. I think everybody in the stands was also expecting Will to just drop or do something, and nope, he just took it and just trotted down to first base. So, crazy to see that, but yeah, that was one of the interesting parts of that game.
Red ball.
So 18-6 final score. It stung a little bit, but you know what? You guys played fantastic. We were super proud of you guys. We took second place. And I told you guys what? Right? I told you guys afterwards that the Goats would probably get bumped up to AA, which they did.
Yes.
The team that we lost to, the Dirt Devils, that we lost to in the Lee Summit tournament, they got bumped up to AA. So each team we kind of play, we're right there on the brink of these AA teams. And when the Goats got moved up, we actually took number 1 in state. So at the end of the season, the Thundercats, who was placed 4th last year in state rankings, we got number 1 this year. So just awesome.
Are we still number 1?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah.
we got number 1 this year, which was very cool. Cool little jump. So we're gonna be focusing on AA from now on, right? So in this new move for us of concentrating, we've done AA tournaments.
Yeah.
We've won a couple games here and there. But with this, we had some player turnover, right? So this off season was a little bit different. We had James has been on the team since we were little. We decided to let him go this year, and so he's going off and looking for some new opportunities. Andrew, we then got a phone call from Coach Ryan that Andrew decided to go and find a different team, and so we not only do we lose Andrew, very valuable part of this team and a very good kid, we also lose a coach. So Coach Ryan. So Coach Ryan's gone now. Andrew's gone. So with those two guys gone, we decided to have some tryouts. We had 2 separate tryouts. We got Jace Rogers, who they know the Fuller, so that was nice. Jace is a lefty. He pitches. He plays first base. We're going to try him a little bit at shortstop, kind of see how he does over there. He looked really good in the outfield when he got some opportunities there during tryouts. What are you looking at?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. You were literally confused. What are you talking about? What?
Lefty.
He hits lefty.
Yeah, that's what...
Oh, gotcha. He throws righty, hits lefty. He also pitches, so we're going to look for him to help us out with the pitching staff as well. Very fast kid, so that was another thing that we noticed on him. That was the first tryouts. The second tryouts is when Blaine came, who was from the Silverbacks. They moved from Topeka here to Lenexa, and Blaine, I honestly would love to see him race against Andrew. That would have been good. Blaine is super fast. I think he's easily the fastest kid on our team. Him and Vinny will have a good run. We'll see who's top dog. But Blaine can pitch. He can play some shortstop. He can hit the ball really well. So we're very excited to have him aboard. So we lose 2, we gain 2. We're very excited about these 2. We're all 3 of us coaches are very optimistic that these 2 will help us and help us, make that leap, make that little bit of leap. The cool thing is the progression of this team throughout the years, right? We just keep getting better and better and better, and we keep challenging ourselves more and more, right? We keep challenging ourselves more and more to tougher competition. So we're going to be seeing that now.
Yep.
Are you excited about this AA move, or how do you feel?
I feel like we can improve to really solid AA team.
Okay. Good. Yep. Good. I mean, that's obviously our goal. That's what we're looking for. So that's the outlook. I mean, we're getting ready to have our first practice today.
Yep.
All right. We're going to have an inter-squad game next week. We're going to have a scrimmage game against Mackensight's Thurber, who we've played before, who we scrimmaged in March. We scrimmaged in March. So we're going to have a scrimmage game then, and 3 tournaments this fall. So very excited for this season coming up. It's going to be a little bit different. Like I say, no Coach Ryan, no Andrew, no James. We got 2 new kids, so we've got a lot to learn this month of August before we get going on the tournament. So kind of a refresh of everything and getting the new boys caught up. Yeah. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. We'll see you at the ballpark.
See ya!